Okay, for this little video, I'm going to talk you through how you go about opening and working with the Access Final Exam. And so I use Google whenever I work through Moodle. I find that it works best for Moodle. So I'm going to open it up and show you how how to go ahead and complete the exam. I'm sorry I'm stumbling, but I'm working with like two screens here. So I'm going to open up a tab and I'm going to just go to the Moodle page. And it already has me logged in, but I'm going to switch my view to a student view if I can. Let me see. Y'all, I guess I'm struggling today. Oh, let me find the class first. That's the problem. And this is your class, so you'll see I'm right in the class. And I'm going to make sure the editing is off. So this screen will look very much like your screen. Alright, so I'm going to scroll down to where the test is and where all the information is. And the information kind of walks you through all of the steps. So it says here, final examination information. Download the final exam prep guide, which is available now. Alright, so let's do that first. So the prep guide is right here. And it's going to ask you where to save it. I'm going to create a folder on the desktop. And I'm going to create a folder that's called the Access Final Exam. And I'm going to save the prep guide in there. And then it says download all other final exam files which are available now. Save all files in a dedicated folder for easy access and upload. So those are the picture files. So I'm going to download picture 1, picture 2, picture 3, picture 4, and rough picked. Okay, then it says click the final exam chapter 8 and comprehensive link to open the test. You should already have the instructions for managing the database. Those instructions will mail to your webmail blueridge.edu account. Okay, so the word is you don't have them yet, but I'm going to mail it to you next week. But by the time you get ready to open the test, you will have it. The first line of the data of the exam will contain a here link that will open a download window with the database you will need to complete this application-based exam. Download the file and save it with the data files you already have for the exam. If you have not already done so, print the instructions provided. Then immediately click the Submit and Finish All button. That officially starts the exam timer. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back to this screen. But I'm going to show you the steps that you should take. So this is the link, Final Exam Chapter 8 and Comprehensive. We're going to click that link. Mine is going to look different because it knows I'm an instructor, but yours will say Start the exam, and that's what you'll do. I'm going to say continue with the last preview because it only allows me to preview because I'm not a student. So I'm going to continue the last preview. And here is the here button. Right here. Let's read this whole paragraph. It says, click here to download the file you will need to begin this application-based exam. Then immediately click the Submit All and Finish button below to begin the timer for this exam. In some browsers, you may have to click the next button first to access the Submit All and Finish All button. Follow the directions to complete the exam. Upload the completed exam. I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So I'm going to click here, and it's going to give me, this is the file I need to get started. And now I'm going to scroll to the bottom. I'm going to click the next button. And then I'm going to say Submit All and Finish. It's going to say once you submit, you'll no longer be able to change your answers. You say submit all and finish. So basically, you're not doing anything in the test. I'm going to go back to the home page where we left off. Now, what that does is it starts a timer that I can see. And that will be the starting time for the test. From that point forward, you will use the database that you just downloaded. I'll give you a quick look at it. That database. And you will use the files that we created. Let's open that folder and look at it. I made it on the desktop. I called it Access Exam, Final Exam. You will use those files. You will use this prep guide. I'll give you a quick look at it. Gives you this prep guide. I need to give you, this tells you what to do to get ready. But you will, by the time you get this, you will also already receive the instructions. So let me open those so you'll have a quick glance at the instructions. It won't be fast enough for you to, I don't want you to have the instructions before it's time for you to take the test, but I will send you a file that has the instructions for the test. And it looks like this. It tells you what to do. You can see there are very specific directions, and I put points for everyone. So they're very specific directions. Do not panic. You guys are prepared to do all of these things. So for each section, there's actually 3 big sections. There's several steps to take that represent the entirety of the chapter. If it were me and I were you, I would print this first and print it and read it well before you submit, before you click the submit all button. I hope that's clear as mud. When you're done, when you're finished, even if you exceed the minutes a little bit, that's okay. When you're finished, you're going to go down to the link that says upload the final exam database here. You'll click there. It's not going to let me do it, but it will you. And when you go in, it'll give you an option to submit the file. You submit the file, that will be your ending time. And I think that's all you need to know. I hope that's clear as mud. Let me go through the steps one more time. You're going to collect all the files you need, put them in a folder. You should already have printed the instructions that I'm going to send to you by email. So you have all these files, you have the instructions. You should probably read them. You will open this test. It's probably not going to let me preview again. It won't. It says I'm not allowed to preview again, but you will go into the test. And you will click the Here button at the top that I showed you earlier. And then it's going to give you a link to download the starting database to complete this exam. You will then follow the instructions on the sheet the instruction guide that I sent you. And you will complete those steps on the database. You will save it. And then you will upload it here. I will look at the time when you click the submit all and finish button as your starting time, and you will have 75 minutes from that point to finish. If you exceed the minutes, there will be a 1-point deduction for every minute over the 75 minutes. So if you go to 79 minutes, whatever your score is, I will subtract an additional 4 points. I hope that is very clear for you.